Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Excuse me. It is just after 5:30 in the evening, Sunday, the 4th of December, 2022. It is 68 degrees Fahrenheit right now in Jacksonville, Florida. Humidity is at 85%. That'd be 20 degrees Celsius. I am off to the son's house for dinner. And I love speed bumps. He says facetiously. Anyhow. So, some of y'all may have watched the Kamal fiasco videos that I did not too long ago. I thought just scrubbing it down with some steel wool and a little bit of, or some aluminum foil and some vinegar would get rid of the nastiness, but it didn't. So last night I went at it with my little portable Dremel and a sander, but I didn't have proper sandpaper. The only sandpaper I had was from Dollar Tree, and the little Dremel it kept cutting out. It was kind of being effective, but it just didn't have the power. So I'm going to get some real sandpaper and a wire brush that goes into a regular drill and see if I can attack it again. I was actually making pretty good leeway. I had a bunch of sand from doing my alcohol things, and I just sprinkled sand down on top of it. I was hitting that with the sander, and it was kind of working, but it would be forever to do it that way. So anyhow, I want to get that thing up and working. So much easier to use something like that when you're doing things like spam or bologna. Even eggs are easier to flip off of a Kamal or a griddle pan or whatever you want to call it. So I had one once upon a time. I don't remember what happened to it. It may have been left outside at the other house and then got thrown away when the yard got cleaned up. Which I kind of remember that happening. I kind of remember it being outside and all rusty. But that's the way things go. So anyhow, no use crying over spilt milk, right? Or worrying about spilt milk. I've got a new one. We'll get it cleaned up. I'll get it into use. I pulled out. I was watching. Who was it? Camper Van Kevin. He was cooking some stuff up, and he's got a lid for his small cast iron frying pan. I don't have a lid. I generally use two of the same size. I got two of that size frying pans. Actually, I think I've got more. I found one in the house, and it was tucked away, and moisture's gotten to it, so it's got some surface rust on it, so it needs to be cleaned up. But I think I've got one or maybe even two more in the van. So I really need to get in there and start looking around for other stuff that I've got in there that I can use. I know I've got the big rectangular cast iron griddle. That really requires two burners. It will work on one, but it works better with two. So, and then there's just other stuff in there. There's small propane stoves and stuff like that. And then just other camping supplies and whatnot. Even just cooking with candles. I've been delving into that a little bit more and watching and rewatching videos on cooking with candles. There's one guy, I think his channel's name is Cooking with Candles. I'm not 100% sure. He's up in Canada, and he's made a really cool candle stove out of some cans and whatnot, and he's selling them. Unfortunately, he wants $40 for it, which isn't a bad price for it, but then you also have to pay shipping, international shipping. So yeah, it's getting close to $100 for a candle stove that I can more than likely rebuild something similar, on my own, just knuckle down and actually do it. So anyway, and even if not, I've got several varieties of candle stoves, or stoves that work for candle stoves, like got a little folding one. It's supposed to take one of the chem tablets, but you put 4 candles in there, and it works a treat. I watched a video, Really Big Monkey. If you're into camping, Really Big Monkey's got some really impressive stuff going on over quite a few years. But anyway, he did a video on boiling water in several different types of containers and using different numbers of tea lights, and I thought that was rather interesting. I mean, I know I can get water to boil with 4 tea lights in my little Dollar Tree can stove. It'll just boil a little bit faster if I put 5 in. So anyway, I was kind of thinking about that last night when I made my dinner, because I made up one of the 3-minute microwave macaroni and cheeses, which basically that's like pre-cooked macaroni that's been dehydrated. That's all that really is. So it will cook in just plain boiling water. It doesn't have to be in a microwave. It will just cook up faster. So anyway, I used one of the mac and cheese cups and a packet of tuna fish and some other little odds and end ingredients, some extra cheese, some spices, and it's not like real good baked macaroni and cheese, but it's not bad. It definitely hit the spot. But anyway, I was thinking about go ahead and making something like that up over the stove. I've also got the rice I can make up. It's basically the same thing. It's been pre-cooked and then dehydrated. You just reheat it. Although I'm not 100% sure on the rice. I had to add water to mine. It was all dry, like when I microwaved it. It didn't say anything about adding water. So, or at least I don't think it did. I need to delve into that a little bit more. But I've also got instant rice, boil in a bag type. To play around with. A whole bag of rice is just way too much. I can take some of that rice and boil it up, and then add rotel or add salsa, and then protein of choice, whether that be chicken or tuna or what have you. And I've been finding that even the small cans, well, like a small can of tuna will make up 2 decent-sized sandwiches. Same with a small can of chicken, and a small can of ham. But when you start mixing it up with stuff, you start putting in with beans or macaroni or rice or whatever, it makes a pretty big portion. Enough that you could probably feed 2 people if you had a salad or something on the side. But it's a lot of food. So anyhow, always seems like I get onto food topics when I'm heading out to eat. Maybe because I didn't really eat anything today. I generally get up and at least have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Sometime after my first cup of coffee. Occasionally with. But I'm not big on breakfast. I don't eat a lot in the mornings. I pretty much just go until, and by mornings, of course, I get up at 2 o'clock, so my mornings are different than other people. But I usually go until like 5 or 6 o'clock before I eat anything. Of course, when I go to the kids' houses, that means I'm eating dinner, or whatever that happens to be. But if I'm at the house by myself, it could just be, some toasted English muffins, or like I said, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And man, Walmart the other day, English muffins are $2.58 a package. Like, hello. That's over 50 cents a piece. Wow, look at that sky. Ain't that gorgeous? My goodness. There was a spot to pull over there and get a picture. It's a problem with Jacksonville. All these roads don't have real sides to pull off on. Jacksonville's actually planned out that way. Most of the roads are basically major thoroughfares. They go all over the city. Watched the video the other day about the people mover that they were trying to get going here in Jacksonville. It kind of looks like a small monorail, but it's not. Let's see, where's that store I wanted, or that road that I wanted? Here it is. Of course, there's no traffic this week, but I looked into going this way. Anyway, yeah, they spent a lot of money putting up that people mover thing, and it never attracted the attention that they thought it would, because there's so many people that have. I mean, Jacksonville's built around the roads, and it's built around people with cars. So even though we have a good public transportation system, most people rely on their cars to get where they want to go. So the people mover just kind of fizzled out. I think it's still in operation. And they want to change it around and make it more people friendly or something. They want to spend a couple $1 million buying these little electric shuttles that'll operate on the bus routes and whatnot. But anyway, this is about the end of the ride for the day, folks. So I appreciate y'all coming along. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Oh, God. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.